Hello, and welcome to the World Class Battle League. I am your co-host of the weekly recap, Truecaster Arto, the coach of the Vancouver Victinians. Sadly, our other co-host couldn't be here today, so we have CB. Yep. Well, so we're here for weekly recap. This is basically where we run down all the games and tell you what happened. All of the game links will be down in the description, down in the description if you want to look at them. And let's hop straight into the first game of the week, which was the Heart Home Hoopas versus the Celesteelas City Cresselia. So, Spectrum, the coach of the Heart Home Hoopas, brought Klefki, Skuntank, Mega Manectric, Volcarona, Perugly, and Gorgeist. And Z brought Garchomp, Manaphy, Cresselia, Whimsicott, Mantine, and Tauros. Now, how this game went down was basically Spectrum was trying to get Volcarona to be able to sweep, and he had many problems with that. Scarf, Garchomp was a problem, Z-Rain Dance, Manaphy, stuff like that. Whimsicott being able to Sunspore. So, what ended up happening was Manaphy came in, Z-Rain danced, knocked out a couple of Pokemon for stuff like Garchomp later game, which ultimately was Spectrum's demise. He let his Garchomp answers get weakened so that everything almost died to Garchomp, and that he didn't really have much for his Z's offense. So, you have anything to say? Yeah, but Spectrum definitely was way too cocky in this match. I knew his sets. He brought like Magnetized Klefki or something. His Skuntank was designated to take care of Whimsicott and Cresselia at the same time. Mega Main was there to get initiative into Volcarona so he could sweep. Yet, as you can see, Volcarona didn't do anything in this match. He told him, I'm pretty sure he was telling himself that he could handle Z-Rain Dance Manaphy with his Scarf Perugly, but as you can see, I don't think he even brought Scarf Perugly to this match, because Perugly didn't outspeed Manaphy. So, wait, what? Tauros? No, it didn't even hit the field. Yeah. So, what happened was Manaphy broke a lot of things for Garchomp later game. As you can see, Garchomp cleaned up the rest of the game at the end. So, that is what happened, resulting in a 3-0 win for Z and the Celesteelas City Cresselia. So, I guess the Vancouver Victinians, coached by me, versus the Johnson City Jellicents. Now, what I brought, which I can specifically say what I brought a mixed defensive Nasty Plot Deoxys defense. I brought an expert spell Jolteon. I brought a Ghostium Z Gengar. And I brought, I'm pretty sure, dual screens with Moonblast and Aromatherapy Aromatisse. I brought Scarf Como, and I brought Sub-DD Gyarados. While Antoin brought Golisopod, Mega Venusaur, Mienshao, Latias, Cryogonal, and Necrozma. So, hopping straight into the match. As you can see, the Mienshao was definitely a huge problem to my team. The things were that I tried to set up with Deoxys defense way too early. Stuff like Golisopod was still there to threaten it. Stuff like Mienshao with knockoff. So I feel like I definitely misplayed there by trying to set up with Deoxys defense early. The definite hacks where Mega Gyarados froze the Mega Venusaur was very unfortunate for Antoin. But then Mienshao definitely revenge killed, and then my Aromatisse got scarfed by a trick, and then it just kind of went downhill from there because after Aromatisse got scarfed, I couldn't really do anything with it because actually let me quickly look at my set, make sure what it was. No, it was a Wish Calm Mind set, but I couldn't really do anything. Yeah, but I couldn't really do anything with it, so at that point I decided to sack it off to Latias, which was very dumb on my part because I designed Aromatisse to be able to take out Mienshao pretty easily. So I feel like that was dumb on my part. AV. Yeah. Nah, at the late game, Mienshao was just so much of a problem to my team that I needed to keep Como or Aromatisse alive to have been able to win that, and once those dropped, I lost at that point, basically. So that ended up giving Antoine a 1-0 win over me. Shall we hop into our next game? Which is the Virginia Voltorbs, coached by Ark, and the Hamilton Court. Yeah. So, Ark brought Thunderous Therian, Claydol, Tangrowth, Ash Greninja, Gardevoir, and Celesteela. Now, immediately off the bat, missing a Stone Edge. Yes, that was very bad. I mean, in the late game, it could have mattered. It was very hard to tell since it was turn 1. But I definitely think Ark could have handled the Tyranitar pretty thoroughly, because I'm pretty sure, wasn't he Specs Gren? Let me check. That is key. Yeah, he was Specs Ash Greninja, so definitely Gren could have come in on Tyranitar and quickly just Hydro Pump and gotten rid of Tyranitar. It would have been kind of the same scenario. But, yeah, definitely. That's one of the things. But, I don't know. Because Ark's team kinda had the better matchup in my opinion. Because stuff like Sylveon was walled by Celesteela. He goes Magmortar. Earthquake on Celesteela was a thing. That what was it? The Z-Mirror move Staraptor was actually really clutch. At that point when I saw that, I thought Ark was gonna lose, but Staraptor killed itself with Recoil. So at that point, it didn't really matter because Celesteela, as you can see, kind of just ran through. And Ark's answer to Mega Medicham was a Fizdef Gardevoir that actually put in a lot of work. It was taking stuff like 30% from Mega Medicham's Rock Slides, basically. It was like Wish Protect Hyper Voice, and... Oh, go ahead. Yeah, I think that definitely would have been better. And I feel like Ark did play around Zone's offense pretty easily. He kept stuff like Claydol in the back to sack off, stuff like Tangrowth for Staraptor and make sure it died to recoil. And the Claydol set Arc brought was specifically to counter a Galvantula that never came. So in lead matchup, I'm sure he was like, well, I don't need Claydol, so I'll probably just keep it for like sack fodder for Mega Medicham or something like that. But Art got a wish into like Celesteela, making sure it lived stuff from Rose Raid, and then was able to set up on Sylveon with Celesteela, and then just destroyed the rest of the team. Have anything else to say? Alright. So that resulted in... No, I didn't. I have Arc sets. So that resulted in Arc getting a 3-0 victory over Zone. The next match is your match. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yeah, that was very unfortunate. Yeah. Yeah, so definitely there was hacks in this match, but in the end it resulted in a bit of hacks, and how a guy took advantage of that and was able to clutch ahead in the match versus you. Yeah. Yeah, definitely stuff like that where you T-bolted versus the Slowbro, and yeah, which was very unfortunate. So stuff like things like that made you lose, in my opinion. You definitely did start off strong. I don't know why you didn't bring T-Fog on Zapdos, but that's your prep. Oh yeah, yeah, but I definitely feel like the Alola Ninetale Aurora Veil was definitely pretty nice for your match. Although Weavile being able to take out Flagon basically from any HP didn't really help you much. So I think you should have waited till Weavile was gone for a Flagon sweep, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, so yeah, definitely. So little things like that definitely made you lose the game, and it was a very narrow game. It was pretty close in my opinion. So the closest game that I think we'll ever get will be later on. But so that resulted in a guy getting a 2-0 win over you, which 2-0 a 2-0 loss isn't too bad in the beginning of the season because you can definitely bounce back from that. So moving on, we have the Washington Red Shell versus the Stockton Heatrans. Red Map bringing Mega Alakazam, Zygarde, Ferrothorn, Clefable, Crobat, and Snorlax. So let's look over this match. So Matt definitely. The stuff about Matt thinking Nita Queen was Shuckaberry definitely threw him on tilt. Uh, Stuff like letting Snorlax go early was not that great for him. Stuff like that. Just Matt kind of mispredicted some of Nada's sets, which definitely had him on tilt in my opinion. Like Matt switching in, Nada masterfully predicting the Crobat switch in and clicking Ice Beam on it, which was very good for him. Shh. It's late. I'm tired. Yeah, Rotom definitely pulled through this match. Yeah, Matt was definitely predicting that to come. But, like, not a weakened threats for Rotom later game that will let Rotom sweep. I mean, the Spadef drop on Clefable definitely mattered a ton, letting Rotom knock Clefable out. If that didn't happen, I think Matt would have yeah, it definitely would have been like a 1-0 or a 2-0 instead of a 3-0. Yeah, depending on wait, was a Swellow Scarf? If the Swellow was not Scarf, I think Matt might have won if the Spadef drop didn't happen. Let's look at Kiram was at around 60%, and Swellow was not Scarf and was at 63%. So I think if the Spadef drop didn't happen, I think Mega Alakazam could have won the game for Matt. But hacks is hacks. It's Pokemon. I mean, what can you really expect? So, oh man. But so the Spadef drop on the Clefable definitely let Nada pull through and get a 3-0 victory over Matt, which it was a pretty close game. It was back and forth for some time. Nada definitely did a lot of good predictions with that Tapu Fini on the Crobat switching. Alright, so our next game. Yes, so this was the closest game of the week, being a 0-0. Justin versus Ryan. Justin bringing Magearna, Mega Ampharos, Gliscor, Typhlosion, Alomomola, and Alakazam. So, how we handle 0-0s, or if 0-0s is... there's music. So how we handle this was that Showdown said that Ryan won because Blaziken killed the Alakazam, if I believe, yes. Blaziken killed the Alakazam, and then it died to recoil. So we counted it as a 0-0 because at the end of the game, no ones were left on the field and Ryan won. But I honestly think this was a really, really close game because when was the first mon? When did the first one fall? Like turn. Yes, it was 6-6 until turn 44, and then it was. So this game was super close for both of these two. Both of them played really well for each other, being that it was back and forth for a long time, being 6-6, then 5-4, and then going down to stuff like 4-4. So this game was definitely close. The paralysis on Magirna turned 56. That was really that really sucked because Magirna would have been able to take out Landorus Therian or Landorus Incarnate. My apology, but I definitely feel like that mattered quite a bit because if that didn't happen, then Landorus Incarnate would have been gone, and then Typhlosion wouldn't be gone. And Typhlosion definitely put in quite a bit of work because it dealt with the Rotom-Mow, which definitely put in a lot of work this game. Because it pressured stuff like Alamomola, Magirna, it pressured almost everything this match. So Ryan, narrowly. No, it didn't. Yeah. So that's going to be that's going to be the game. Ryan narrowly pulling out a 0-0 victory, and honestly, that was my favorite game of the week. I liked watching it. So yeah. So our next game um, was the Wolverhampton Weeviles versus the Dallas Almastars, the rematch from Season 1 finale. So JS brought his Lucario, Mega Blastoise, Tapu Koko, Regirock, Kieran Black, and Crocodile. So this was actually a pretty nice game. It was pretty long because each turn lasted like 5 minutes, but that's besides the point. But yeah, true. But this game I definitely think Teeny had the overall edge because stuff like Regirock went down super early. Lucario didn't pick up the kill on a Gudra. Then Throw was actually a pretty threatening mon to JS's team because Throw put in a lot of work. JS didn't have any switch-ins. No, that Salamence definitely was a huge problem for JS in the later game because stuff like all of his priority mons were gone, and honestly, yeah. Yeah, definitely, because Salamence is honestly proving that it is a huge threat in this league. Because it gets up 1DD and it can honestly sweep through you. I'm pretty sure I don't know where I voted it, but so that's going to be that battle. Teeny pulling out a 2-0 win versus JS through a Dragon Dance, Groundium Z, Salamence. And so the last game that we have to talk about is Bryce and Killua, and they have not played. They have not been able to schedule a time. We have not. Have we figured out where we're going to do with that yet? Yeah, Bryce is having internet problems, so Bryce and Killua have not been able to play their match. So, at the current moment, we're for the weekly recap, we're counting Killua as 1-0 for the current moment, so that we can display that we're done with all the matches. So, oh sure, I was gonna do schedule. We can do schedule after standings. Yeah, see who's battling with who. But 0-1 with a log. 0-1 minus 0. Okay. Oh, okay. What? Huh? Yeah, so Kilo have not played yet, so that is currently what these standings look like. And so next week, we have for week 2, Antoin versus Teeny. Oof. Oof. Wow. Then we have, I'm trying to put it on the, so yeah, Matt versus a guy. Then we have Killua versus Nada, Ark versus Bryce, Justin versus Zone, Jazz versus Ryan, and me versus Z. I definitely think the game of the week next week is going to be Antoine versus Teeny, because I definitely think that's going to be a action-packed match. Oof. I mean, some people have to go 0-2. Hey, I went 0-3 last season. So that's going to be it for our week 1 weekly recap. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know if Antoine is going to be here for week 2, but that's going to be our weekly recap for this week. Hope you all enjoyed. Yeah, so CB is the co-host of the Power Rankings. Go check that out. CB and Nada are, in my opinion, pretty good co-hosts of Power Rankings. So that's going to be it. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll all see you next time. Goodbye.